How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Divine and Conquer's Sacred World. Hold on, I think I remember this. This is a 5th edition game based in the Pathfinder Seas, using the Greyhawk Pantheon, a little bit Tal'Dorei, Innistrad, and Ravnica, all wrapped into one beautiful campaign. How is everybody?
Hey.
How's everybody's Monday?
Not bad, man. Not bad. How about you?
I'm tired.
Yeah, no, Wasteland and Plasma and life is tiring. So,
Wait, what's today?
today's. So I'm glad that you guys are here because I like playing D&D with you guys because you guys are like the bestest ever. So roll fast. Let's run through our announcements. The big one is that we are participating in Extra Life this year. So on November 6th at noon till November 7th at noon, we're going to be playing tabletop games and RPG stuff for a full 24 hours. As of last time I checked, we have raised $235, which we're so close to being at the halfway mark, and we haven't even started, which is amazing. And just so you know, you can scroll down and just hit that donation button.
And if we do make the $500 donation goal before the stream even starts, I will be getting a very special tattoo of a stress ball beholder.
Yes. I'm very excited for that. BT dubs.
A friend of mine suggested that it be Big B's hand crushing the stress ball.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be amazing. But yeah, please go donate. All the information from all our friends. So the Alistair comic, Dickie's book, Lionheart custom creations, our own merch, everything, all our Let's Plays, YouTube videos, etc. are all down below. Our friends at Talented Claw, which if you use the code Divine Conquer, get 10% off their amazing wood products like dice vaults and DM screens and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. Please go support all the arts. Do all the, oh, that's a text message. Did DM not put his phone on silence? Yeah, he did. Okay. Running through my head with other announcements. I think that's all I have. Does anyone have any special thing that they wanted to say?
Be nice.
Be nice to people. That's important. Oh yeah, this Sunday we won't be having a normal Gamma World stream. We're going to be doing a reroll essentially. We're just going to be paying minis and talking about the campaign because our two lovelies over here are going to go on vacation and they need it. Go have fun with friends. And I believe on Monday we're still debating on exactly what we're going to do next Monday. We're going, instead of having the Rise of Team Up game, we're going to be doing our game room, and we're going to be some game that we're going to be doing of the video game variety. But yeah, so I think that's it. Scanning the room for eyeballs. All right, let's introduce ourselves.
I have eyeballs.
I know. I saw them. That's all I can stare at right now. So
I have one. It's bleeding.
Something that's my kink. So let's introduce ourselves. Hey guys, I am Jesus. I'll be y'all's DM. To the that way is my beautiful wife. Who are you playing?
Hello, I'm Jeremiah, and I am playing Rognarv Full Metal, Dwarven Artificer with his wife Brom, and pet Skiwalk.
Skiwalk, the bestest of the pets. Hey, Vic, who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Vic. I'm going to be playing West, the human barbarian warlock druid.
That's a lot of classes.
All the things.
Everything. Hey,
I don't like labels.
Who are you playing?
Hello, everybody. I'm Tabatha. I'm going to be playing Cole, the Tiefling Cleric, who's probably also very tired, like me.
I think that's just Cole's perpetual state.
It's always just tired.
He's ready to commit arson.
That
Same.
Possibly,
He's
we'll
ready
see.
to commit.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look at that little baby over there. Hey,
He deserved it.
Shane, who are you playing?
Well, I will be playing Ekis Frazzlerag, a Satyr bard.
It's gonna fall.
Yeah.
Fall.
And last
gonna
but
fall.
certainly not least, hey, Nick, who are you playing?
Hello, I am going to be playing Kaer. I am a Fire Genasi fighter.
Yeah. So much fire. So, with all that, I guess let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
This is a 5th edition game based on Pathfinder Seas, using Greyhawk Panther, Local Tandora, Innistrad, and Ravnica. How do you want to do this?
Or you can just stay here.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind starting a family one day either.
You saved us again. Thus, his connection to Carabao is severed.
Rognarv, full metal. Bravo, you know what to do.
I've been fighting to help others.
I would like to rage, damn it!
Asmodeus, you have not failed me before, please. I cannot lose him.
Hello, welcome back,
Hello.
everybody.
Can I just have a quick note?
Yeah, what's up?
I really like that intro.
It's a great intro, isn't it?
It's a
Amazing.
fantastic intro.
Thank you. I didn't cry.
It's
So,
okay, we might have.
we all collectively just did. Also, another great announcement is that we went over half. Where are we now? 260. So we've already reached halfway through our goal for Extra Life, which is amazing. I love everybody that's donating. All right, let's do a little bit of a recapo, shall we? So, the Elysian Vagabonds reunited to fulfill their part of a deal with this Mr. M, who you guys now know as Dazes the Magnificent, M for Magnificent. Cole let Addie know where he was going. Just to make sure that just in case he needed to know, which Addie doesn't care. Rognarv gave Rafanis a ring, said I'll be back for this, and doesn't quite understand why she's extremely happy about this. You guys traveled, reuniting with West, you guys traveled to the desert, and in this odd demi-plane, you guys met up with the Rakasha, who is a go-to person for this entity. You guys also made two new friends, Ekis and Kaer. I can't pronounce names just yet. Give me 2 months and I'll remember everyone's name.
It's all good.
And you guys learn that he's also the nephew of this Jinn. You guys met the caretaker of the entire establishment, Mrs. Galandel. I'm pronouncing that wrong. Galanadel, there we go. Who resembles a similarity to an old friend. After a very expensive meal that tasted horrible, a smooth quotes conversation that made the Jinn slightly upset with some soothing music to come over. He proposed that you guys need to give him a good story tomorrow, as he was not pleased with the quote-unquote entertainment of tonight. So we're going to pick up the game right where we left off. As I move you guys... Nope, I don't. You're already there. I moved myself there. Oh, GM layer and party layer are two different things. Did you not know that? So, as Galadriel is going to escort you guys to a larger room where you guys can all bunk the night. She kind of looks at the newly freed Ekis and Kaer. Would you like to join in the much needed conversation for tonight?
I'd be most honored.
I mean, if you're offering,
And,
would not.
Sorry.
I wouldn't turn down the invitation.
I'll bring some much needed tea. And then you see that Jin, as his feet are becoming less physical and start becoming more of this smoke pattern, looks towards her. Yes, I will grab you your blanket in a moment. And can just goes through. I don't need to sleep, but I've been told that mortals do. And then just does a very bad bow and then just kind of disappears into smoke and goes through the home that has been gifted to everybody that lives here. The Rakasha grabs his pipe. You smell the beautiful scent of fruit, and he vanishes with a smile as well. The reason to put these characters there. And as she's walking to this room down here, I'm just going to grab all the minis and move y'all there, including that one dude who's harvesting something. And shift, control, nope, control, shift. One of these will make you, well, we're down here. Apparently it is not shifting, although how I want you guys to be, but alright. So she will leave you guys alone for maybe 20 minutes or so while she goes and grabs Mr. M's blanket and prepares some nice tea for everybody. In that meantime, is there anything that you guys want to do?
Cole's just gonna stand there and just look over, and it's like, I get that he's gonna look over at Kaer. I get that he's your uncle. Can I speak freely for a second?
Please do. He may be my uncle, but that does not mean that I have any actual ties to him.
Out of the 2 dinner parties that I've been to, this is by far probably the worst one. The other one was with a death tyrant.
That is fair. To be honest, I'm surprised no one died.
Short temper, I'm assuming? Sorry.
I almost did with that food. That was gross.
Wes,
Yeah.
you okay?
I don't know. It's fine. The
No.
ceramic
No.
adds a little bit of extra texture to it. Ekis just continues to eat his entire plate of food.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Very specifically, entire plate.
The plate and all.
As Galadriel returns with a tray with a rag and a pot underneath, a rag underneath the pot, there we go, and enough cups for everybody, and 2 different styles of loose leaf tea, so you guys can choose what you want. She places it down at the table that's near you guys, and a couple other folks start bringing some chairs in to accommodate. After another person brings in either sugar or honey, your choice, and 3 different styles of milk. Cow's milk, milk from a dire goat, and then just regular goat's milk. So your choice of what you want to use in any combination that you want. Okay, let's...
I'm gonna look at those milk. I'm like, oh, no almond milk.
I could get you some if that's what you need. It might take me a second, and
That is
that's
fine. I'll just take the tea.
Okay.
Wait, should I take the tea?
Uh,
After that dinner, I don't know.
Oh, the tea's here. Tea here is lovely.
That's why I brought it, to soothe the stomach after what you just ate.
Oh, okay.
So, our gracious Mr. M, as he likes to be called, I see this with full confidence and kind of looks and winks over at Kaer. There's no ill will or any negativity that will fall upon me or any of the people that are contracted to work. Kind of looks over at Ekis. That has changed for you, and you guys are just guests.
Oh, he was quite kind to me when he released me from my contract. In fact, earlier today he said if I ever came back, he would make me the largest goat leg that he'd ever fed.
Yes, he likes to. He likes praise and admiration, and he's learned against most of his kin that instead of enslaving individuals, you can, if you grant them what they wish, give them the arts and time to explore things that you no longer need, worries of coin, that they would say thank you and learn to love one. That doesn't really work, but we smile anyway because of the position that we're in. You guys are not in that position, and there is no mercy from our gracious Mr. M. I know that he wants a story, and you guys, from what I've been hearing, are great adventurers. Just tell him something that you've done in the past, and he would say, that was amazing, might clap a little bit, try to get intoxicated for the millionth time and fail to, and you guys can be on your way. I want to make sure that happens, so you guys are not, it kind of gestures towards Ekis again, not trapped here for many, many years, and can leave. That's really what I want, you guys to leave here. So, what stories do we have?
After hearing all that, Cole's just like, so what you're saying is you're under contract?
Contract would be the legal definition of this. I call it enslavement.
Mine was punishment.
There's many ways how one can end up in here, even if one did nothing wrong, and was sold from person to person to pay off a debt that no one was part of to begin with.
I'm also starting to realize that comment about making me mutton chops may have been a threat against my life.
She kind of smiles a little bit as she's pouring your hot water into your teacup.
My friend, he you would be the next dinner.
I'm all bones. I don't have meat underneath this shell.
Well, he does like meat. See, in his home plane, everything is literally on fire. So, everything is burnt, and he does like the taste of raw flesh. So, hence the food of last night.
Delightful.
Terrible.
So is there any way that you can relieve a contract of some sort so you can be free for anybody in here?
Unfortunately, I am full-blooded, so I live many, many years, and my contract was one of gaining property, so I don't have a choice.
Wait, getting what?
I was one of gaining property. She was
Oh.
sold to him.
Is there any way that we can pay an amount to release you?
You know your uncle. He's not a person that wants gifts or gold. He wants attention and admiration and love, even if it's false. At this moment, I would like everyone to roll me a perception, please.
Okay.
Perception.
Question, does it have to do with seeing?
No, actually, this is
Okay.
not sight-based. If anyone does have like advantages or pluses of scent-based, then there you go. Then please roll with advantages, scent-based.
28.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's a pass. What did you get, Ekis?
Dirty 20.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is a fail. Sorry.
12.
Yeah.
23 for me.
Oh, it's so close, but that's a fail too.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry.
Should I roll for Brum and?
If they have nostrils they can scent,
Oh,
then please do.
Nope, never mind. If it's for smell, nope.
Yeah. And Wes, what did we get?
You just shouldn't ask at this
Okay.
point. Just
All
don't.
right. You're like, this is actually really
Even
good
if I
too.
rolled a natural 20, if a 23 failed, then fuck it. He's never gonna notice it.
So, which if you guys roll 20s, let me know. Cole.
Mhm.
You smell a very fruity scent of tobacco.
Cole's just gonna stop and just look, and then he's gonna look around, and just kind of leer, and just being like, eavesdropping's very rude.
You do see as Mrs. Glendale kind of just looks around a little bit nervous. What about the rest of you guys? What are you doing? At the moment, nothing's happening. Yes, okay.
So I have the robe of eyes, which allows me to see invisible things. Do I see anyone around?
I actually... So, what was your perception total then?
Perception was 12.
Okay.
But I have
Then-
see invisible creatures and objects as well as into the ethereal plane out to a range of 120 feet.
Okay, I'll say that you didn't see it until Cole mentioned something, and then there is an invisible figure outside as you just see the head of the Rakasha look through the window and smile.
I'm just gonna flip him off at the window and be like, "You can come in. I can see you."
But it's fun to do it this way. And kind of like a cat trying to... You see the ungracefulness of him? Nobody else does. Just you. He's kind of trying to claw in and his like pockets kind of stuck, and you just all hear it. Doof. And then it takes him a second to just compose himself and like posture, and then he turns uninvisible for everybody. But Kaer, you saw the entire catastrophe that was to get to that point.
Very graceful.
Well, you know what they say. Excuse me for eavesdropping, but it is my job. I should also get the mini. So,
Cole's looking so unamused.
yeah, I see that our favorite and most beautiful elven madam throughout this whole area is trying to assist you, and I would also like for this to be a success and to assist. What can you offer him? You know the food is shit. The music was quite great, but what else do you guys have? What expertise can you bring to the table? The story is fantastic. A show. That's something he would remember.
I mean, you know, I'm also a very decent dancer.
Music and dancing, that's great.
Oh, I can play the wooden flute, and Bram can dance.
No, I got one of those.
2 musicians.
You want to borrow it?
Oh, I have one.
2 musicians. That is fantastic. And kind of looks over towards Cole. You have many things in that head. Any that you would like to share? To add to
I'm no one's show pony.
He smiles and then composes himself. This might be to save your life.
Oh, I thought we were guests. I was under that assumption.
Your guess until he gets mad. Stubbornness will not help in this situation, my friend. You do have a strong and powerful ally behind you, though. Which I might be very intrigued to see what does happen if Dasha gets angry at you. Kind of composes himself again, then averts his eyes and looks at West. What about you?
What about me?
You have many gifts. What would you like to bring to the table?
I mean, this all seems just kind of pointless. Like, why can't we just take our shit and leave?
Because unfortunately, anyone he deems as guests are stuck until he decides otherwise.
So you can? If that's something that you wish.
I'm sorry when hearing that. Excuse me? Are you telling me I'm stuck here?
I'm saying we need to find a way to leave.
I mean, if you hit a wall hard enough, eventually you can, bust your way out.
I like you.
You see that?
Trust me, we have managed to escape places that were not meant to be escaped.
You do see as King Shah.
Yeah, say that in front of the Tiger Man.
He smiles, but there's something odd about his smile. You see multiple rows of teeth, and for some reason, you see that his hair almost stands up, and his tail wags a little bit, and you can swear you see about 5 or 6 tails with spikes all over them. And even his clothes start moving a little bit. That is a great idea. But I'm afraid I'm trying to edge you into a great performance for selfish reasons.
That sounds like a you problem.
Do you have any other things besides selfish reasons? I haven't seen it if you do.
You know me too well.
What kind of selfish reasons?
You see his hand that has the thumb on the opposite end. He's looking at his extremely long, sharp nails. I take great pride in my work, and I work hard. Traveling through planes to pick up someone just so they can reunite with a friend. To make them be able to walk the desert takes time. Finding the correct way to manipulate things in specific favors takes time and planning. And he smiles towards Mrs. Gradale, and she smiles right back. Yet I am number 2. And
so you're compensating for something.
She giggles a little bit as she's pouring herself some tea. And squeezes a lemon in there. I like it when it's bitter. And just drinks it. I want you to give a great performance. The best story you can tell. With everything that you can throw.
Damn, it's a shame we left Laz at home.
Laz would have been great.
Laz would have been so perfect for this.
In exchange for a deal, you're fulfilling your deal. He likes deals, does he not? And looks right at Ekis.
I mean, mine wasn't really a deal that I had any part in, but you know, he does stick to his deals. I will say that. And
If you can guarantee the greatest story ever told and fulfill that promise in exchange for, let's say, someone's freedom. And looks towards west. I never met the elf, but I can see him plainly in your head. Sometimes our surface thoughts run wild.
Look, only one person's allowed in my head, so I'm gonna need you to stay the fuck out.
You do hear a, who the fuck is he?
Just closes the curtains.
You see a pair of waist boots just in the background, curtain closed.
Oh no.
We figure out where the demi-plane is.
Shit, it's now canon. Alright.
Or you can tell a mediocre story. Your bargain is fulfilled. You leave, nothing changes. I am content being number 2. But I do like to achieve things. He smiles at you. I can outlive her. What is a few 100 years to me?
What was the story that we told?
I mean, I felt the same way about my
we didn't tell a story.
My time in Mr. M's service, but you know, it still wasn't that very pleasant.
Oh, what's the saying? A golden cage is still a golden cage. Well, still a cage.
Wait.
Yeah, you need to remove the golden from the second part of there, and then I think you got it.
I've broken a lot of cages.
Yes, Cole.
Cole's gonna look at King Shaw, and when he asks this, I want to see if I can roll insight because he wants to see his reaction to this.
Please.
So, from what I understand, yes, everybody in here is under servitude. What about you? Are you also under servitude to Mr. M?
All right, roll me insight.
I'll add on to that. And are you happy here?
All right. What'd you get?
$25.
25. I don't think that it behooves me to not do as he says. It gives me entertainment, safety, and all the freedoms that the hells do not. Do I like it here? I enjoy it. To some extent. And you feel that you can read right through him. He's not lying to you. But there is a certain... You think he's convinced himself that even though he is in a cage and the cage is the size of the material plane, that's good enough for him. So he is content. He is safe. Nobody's going to fuck with him, while Dasha is the one who is protecting him. But he does have to do odd tasks, like being here and trying to convince you to do what you need to do at the moment. So, yeah, he's happy. But his life could have been in a different direction. But at least it's safe. He took the office job versus following his dreams.
Yikes.
Too real.
Well... What, Jeremiah?
Oh, I was just gonna ask, basically, I'm gonna look at King Shah and I'm gonna look at Galanadel, and I'm just gonna like, are you saying we'll be able to grant her freedom if we tell this grand story, grand performance?
I think that is a great idea that you just came up with, yes. You present it as a deal. We like deals. We tell you this great story in exchange for her freedom. An old dear friend of ours.
Wait,
and if
what-
he
what-
likes the idea, and you tell such great story, she'll be free.
But what if we don't tell the grand story? We're gonna be stuck here until we're able to get the grand story. Is that it?
I don't think so. I just think she's not free. You telling your story fulfills your part of the contract, no? So, I see no danger here as long as you tell a story. Now, if it's a shit story, it might anger the man.
Well, I'm gonna look at the group and I'm like, well, I have kind of an idea on what kind of story we can tell and how we can make this a performance. I'm gonna look at Miss Galanodel and
Mhm.
I do wanna talk to you about something and about your son.
She looks at you. Yes. Like she kind of steps up and is no longer in a very formal sitting position. She's almost like she's trying to reach over the table. Then she realizes the composure she's in. Then she kind of goes back and sits properly.
I'm like, both of you are free with the crimes that was pinned down on you and him. But unfortunately, your son is no longer here with us.
You see that she closes her
Wait.
eyes and a couple of tears start falling on her tea.
Wait.
Ah.
Wait.
Ah.
Wait, you said those exact words to us when we met you. That's Cal's mom.
Yes,
You do
that's
hear a
why-
clap from the other side of the room from King Shah.
That's
Shut up, Tony!
yes, that's. They have the same last names, West. Unless,
Carabel?
oh yeah, he does. I think he did go in with an alias, and he never said.
This is
his
Mrs. Carabel.
His real name is Erevan Galanadel.
Carabel. Sorry. That
It
right
doesn't
with me.
process.
That doesn't sit right with me. It's Carabel.
There has been a time in every meditation that I do, and every trance that I go in, that I just see him. He's always into some trouble, and for
I'm
some
pretty
reason-
sure he's in some kind of trouble up there.
Yes, he needs to. Kind of looks towards both. First at Rognarv, then at West.
No, I'm not part of it. That's his fault. I'm pointing at West.
Then
Wow!
West, you get this look that you haven't had on you in a while, like a long time, since Aurea, for sure. Why does? And then now she looks confused and is no longer sad and crying. She kind of like covers her mouth a little bit as like an embarrassment. Why does my son yell penis a lot?
Cole just sitting.
Look, it was really funny at the time.
I mean, it is kind of a fun word to
He
say.
yelled penis in the church. Of Paylor.
Oh, that's better.
That
I love
makes-
it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, all right.
Now he's trapped with Paylor, and we need to fix that.
Back.
And she kind of looks towards the Rakasha. Is that why he has the blade? And the Rakasha just nods his head.
Wait, what blade?
The fancy blade.
Mm-hmm. Just smiles at you, Rognarv.
So you say so again, back on at the matter at hand of talking about doing performance. So if I do help with this, since apparently we have no choice.
Herkasha looks. You always have a choice.
You see, everybody who's in positions of power say we have a choice, but we technically don't. They have the choice. We have the illusion of choice.
Thank you, West.
That is
Wow.
Very true.
a great observation.
West,
That's
remember
incredibly
when I told
profane.
you're the smartest.
You, Wes, in your head, you're like, oh, wait, that's a light bulb. It's in the closet. I forgot where they were.
Oh shit! He just like twists it right in place. Like, there it is.
Let's be turned back off.
My issue is that I'm only very good. My specialty is more in arcane magic.
Oh yeah, here's my idea. Here's my idea. You're good with arcane magic. I'm kind of good with arcane magic. You're good with music. Looking at Ekis, you're like, West, you're good at fighting, whatever, you know.
You make
So
me sound so one note.
Here's my kind of my idea. Remember that little adventure we had on that goddamn tower that goes underground instead of up?
You mean a dungeon?
Hey, I'm gonna go.
Look, it was
A dungeon tower. Yes.
it literally it was a tower, like, and I just like, but I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
Well, what if we try to recreate that story with, your special effects of arcane magic, my special effects of arcane magic? Bram can dance and pretend to be, fighting, while Ekis over there makes the sound effects of music.
I can.
I mean, I can do a bit more than just perform, but yeah.
Oh, and sing. I don't know. What can you do?
Well, I know quite a bit of magic as well.
Oh, you can do also special effects if you want.
Yeah.
See, my thing is, Rognarv, there's only certain types of magic, like the illusion base, that is not my forte.
Wait, who's talking about illusions? We're talking about big fireballs here.
Oh, I can do some pyrotechnics.
I mean, but he's from the plane of fire. So, I mean, he's seen fire before.
Yes, but Rognarv has a point of the better it looks by way of the more real it is, the more entertaining it shall be. And I am here to help in any way I possibly can, be it getting the living crap beaten out of me by this tall man over here or not.
Oh, I'm an expert at getting the living crap beat out of me.
If someone catches on fire, or get electrocuted like me, it's gonna be fun.
Oh wait, technically I'm supposed to be a fire expert.
Wait, you are a fire expert. Remember that scene?
I'm still learning. We're working on it.
I mean, you touch fire, like literal fire, and you're just like, eh.
Yeah, I stick my hand in a campfire once, like.
You do it
Sounds
one time,
amazing.
then everyone just thinks you can do it all the time.
Yeah, right. So you do one party trick, and then everybody, all they want to do is see that one party trick.
Yeah. I hang out with some friends in the forest there, I used to. It's been a while. Oh, and they always wanted me to do this one trick every time I came by.
You have fire hair, you have fire seed, I have fire axe. What can go wrong?
I have spiritual weapon. I have spirit guardian.
You have a fiery personality.
Cole just stopping and just being like, I have Mark Anthony. And then he realizes what Wes said, and it's like, ha fucking ha.
You're a spicy little thing, aren't you?
God, I miss fucking home.
You missed us.
If you like, I can make some some like illusionary set the scene for you. I just need a bit of a description in order to know what I'm making.
The more fancy it is, the more showy it is, I think the more that he will like it, and maybe this will work out.
If you need a description, maybe Tony, can you transfer the memories that or things you see in people's minds to someone else?
Oh.
Wait, I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna whisper
yes
like,
under his breath, like
is
he
his
doesn't
name-
want to fucking help at all.
It's like, is his name actually Tony?
It is Kincha.
No, but Tony is so much better.
Tony's better. You just look like a Tony to me. But I mean, if you think about it, if you're the one doing like the whole memories thing, like you're looking pretty cool to that guy.
Hey Wes, roll me persuasion with advantage.
Okay, which die do I want to use? Let's use.
I'm sorry, while all that would have been going on, Cole's just sitting there fucking with Mark Anthony and letting like the arcane magic make it like float and shit.
What you get?
I got an 18.
18.
Hey!
Okay.
It's pretty good because my other roll was an at-1.
Okay,
Oh,
good. 'Cause he's already friendly towards you guys in the situation. We'll see if we can make it helpful. He looks at you with a... You don't know if he's happy, mad, about to take a shit.
He be looking constipated.
He looks a little constipated.
With my passive 23 insight, can I tell?
Yeah, he's he likes the idea and he doesn't like that he likes it.
He's mad that he didn't come up with it first.
100%. As he will say, let's just say it was my idea and sure.
What do you mean? It was your idea. You inspired us to come up with this plan.
He said he kind of sits back and puffs on his pipe, very proud.
Good job, Tony.
If these two do not have egos, I do not know what does. So, with a great plan starting to commence, do you all know your roles?
Yeah, I'm Rognarv. Full beta.
Oh,
Great.
oh, that does remind me. I feel so awkward asking, as we've been just talking for so long. I did not get to introduce myself to any of you, so I do not know your names.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, he just said his
Rognarv.
name's Rognarv.
full
Yes,
metal.
yes, I know his now, but
Oh,
it is a pleasure to meet you, Rognarv.
what's your name?
Oh, my name is Ekis Frazzlerag. It is a
Gesundheit.
delight to meet you.
Cole just rolling his eyes in the background. Hi, I'm Cole, like the
Like
rock.
the Rock?
Yes.
He's allowed to say that. Anybody else, and it's just annoying to him.
Oh, sorry, I got excited.
It's fine. It's fine. Cole just, like, with the whole talking of roles, Cole just being like, you know what, I can just use Mark Anthony as a prop and he can fucking deal with it. Right, buddy? Looks down at the spot skull.
Unmoving skull, but you just feel the... Why the fuck?
I feel like the skull does that thing that like ours does, where if you stare at it long enough, that it just kind of like topples over and the jaw splits open. Just falls. You're like, oh shit.
Insert cursing in Gaelic.
Yes.
Ekis is going to move his head up a full foot to look at West. And your name, sir?
West. Just west.
Like the direction.
No, that's
That is-
east.
God damn it.
West happens to be my second favorite direction.
Well, I'm not named after a direction. I'm named West.
Just leave it at that, Ekis. Leave it at that.
I'm gonna look West. I
Okay.
thought your last name was
Frazzle Rag.
On paper, I mean, sorta.
I get okay.
Which Chattington, Ekis, roll me a history check, please. And Kaer, if you want to as well, but
Sure.
let's just say with disadvantage.
Okay.
What you get? If you said a word,
I
Nick.
rolled the same thing twice.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got an 18.
18. Okay, 4. Yeah, you have no idea what that means. Sure, whatever. Chattington, I guess. Ekis, is he royalty? There's
Picking my nose.
yeah. That's a noble's name. Some fishing city or something in the coast. Yeah, technically he's in line for the throne. In technicalities.
Oh shit!
I just realized that. Oh shit!
Damn, Wes, can you imagine if you get timeless body?
Well, I guess
Timeless what now?
Oh no!
I guess we gotta go get some assassination lines ready
Well,
Who, what, where? Why are we killing people?
to get West to the throne.
Yeah. Y'all lucky Alex not here for this conversation. He'd be pissed as hell.
Is it that? Well, no, that's be Jeremiah
Wait.
speak.
I recognize that name.
Is it that how monarchy works?
I know Cole will also mention just, and for whatever reason, if this entirely is a shit show, I do have a backup story I can tell.
Well, what is it?
Oh, that's for me to know and you to find out. It's a personal favorite of mine.
Looks like. Actually, roll me a wisdom saving throw, Cole.
Oh, fuck. Wisdom save?
Yeah, you piqued his interest.
Hold on. Oh, which one of you fuckers am I rolling with this one?
There we go. This is easy.
Earlier.
I'm going through my screen, moving it like it's my fucking laptop. It's not a touch screen at all, Jesus.
Hold on. $27.
27. All right. You feel prying eyes, and as soon as you look at King Shah, his eyes look at you and just waves his hand.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm not wanted. It was a try. It looks like you all know what you're going to do, and I could not wait for tomorrow's performance. And he turns invisible. Kaer, you can see him climbing out of the window very graciously. Climbs up onto the thing. You see his tail kind of wagging still. Then his hand kind of grabs it. And he's like, is he literally just hanging outside off the window? Okay, that's what he's doing. Yeah, that's what
He can't. He knows how to get up, but he can't get down.
Yeah, like, it's too high.
No, somebody come save me.
Just gonna go over and look at him, just like throw tea at him, and then walk back in.
You for a couple of steps, probably until like this mark, you guys see soggy footprints in a very fancy pattern of his shoes, and then just walks away and just leaves. So now that you guys have actual privacy, anything that you guys want to specifically do? Miss Galadriel is still there with y'all.
I will say I do not know you folks hardly at all, but Mrs. Galadriel has been someone here who does not deserve to be anywhere near this. So if there's any way to get her away, please let me help you.
Mm-hmm.
Side question: did Carabao ever discuss having his mom saved with the party, or is that just like a personal thing?
I don't think he's ever mentioned her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make it sure.
I guess.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
Who has been here longer, me or her?
No, she has been for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. She was probably the person that you felt most comfortable with, and she's definitely assisted you more than anyone else here.
All right. Of course, I would hate to leave without her. I mean, I'm free to do whatever I like, and what I would like to do is to help her.
See that she smiles and bows to both of you guys.
Well, I think it'll be good for her to be finally free. Also, not on the run.
She will look at you, Rognarv. If this all succeeds, and I hope it does. I would like, and it's rude, I understand, to ask a favor after such a gracious attempt and gift.
No, it's not rude.
Could you possibly take me to his grave?
Cole's gonna kind of stop here.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
that like.
I don't know about the grave, but he does have a
Grave?
statue in Corvasia.
He has a statue.
Oh, and
And that
we also an
named after
orphanage.
Oh yeah, the orphanage.
An orphanage?
Don't forget the orphans.
named after him.
I knew he would be doing good out in the world.
He is one of the heroes of
Between
Corvasia.
everything else, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I think his possessions or maybe his soul is not allowed in the Church of Palors, but I don't know. But he is with Palor now. I don't know why.
Oh, his autographs in the book there.
Oh yeah, there's a book there's a book over there, a Bible of Palor, and there's a handwritten note from Carabao in there, somewhere around there.
I know
Nobody apparently have seen it still.
I know he's
There's also
very-
probably some drunk graffiti around the city that we
that
partook
sounds,
in.
That sounds more like my son.
Sometimes I would just we would get really fucked up, and then we would go out into the city, and he would be like, "Hey, see if you can throw me up there," and then I would just throw him, and then he would graffiti at that spot. So there's probably a lot of rooftops with his name on it.
That makes a lot of sense, yes. You see that her eyes are extremely red and watery, and she's trying to hold back the tears. Well, I'm going to take my leave. I wish you all the best. If there's anything you need, please just let me know. Actually, if you literally say my name, I will know it's a magic that's in the air.
Mrs. Carabao.
She looks directly at Cole. He knows I won't be able to. It's fine. And it just composes herself and grabs any leftover tea. If anyone's still working on a tea, she won't grab that. But anything that's left over, she'll grab those, and she starts walking away. So I think right now would be a good time to take a break. And we'll be back in a bit. And if there's anything you guys want to do this night, we'll do that. And if not, we'll be back in the morning. But we'll see what happens. All right, see you guys in a minute. All right, where the hecking's that intermission button? There it is. Consume it for me, and I'll help you remember
remember your name.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god, the freaking.
And then just kind of look at both of you.
I'm gonna look at you and say, "What's up, Cross? What's going on?"
Terda wills it.
No! I'm gonna rush forward and try to like grab his hand away from, or grab the bag away from him. No,
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
Oh my god. We'll go at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 11.
Goes in, and that pain disappears. The rust starts cleaning itself.
What?
And you utter
Are you
the
Holy
name.
fuck!
And you hear Dominic.
Dominic?
Now you only have one motivation in life. Your family.
Am I Vin Diesel?
I was gonna say,
I do want a fort. Fine. Forest. Master! I don't care anymore. I'm done with this game.
I have an awesome update about the Extra Life charity fundraiser. As many of you know, my friends at Divine and Conquer and I are raising money for the Texas Children's Hospital through the Extra Life Charity Foundation. Link will be pinned in the comments to donate. And if we can meet the $500 donation goal that we have set by the 24-hour live stream on November 6th, then I will be commemorating this momentous occasion with a ridiculous D&D tattoo, which we now have a concept for. We're gonna take one of these and turn it into one of these. So if you want to see me get tattooed with a stress ball beholder and want to help out some kids in need, follow the donation link. And if you can't donate, that's fine. Comment, share, spread the word. Let's make this happen.
Hi. So, welcome back. So anything that we needed to do this night? You guys.
Rehearse.
All right, you guys will be rehearsing.
Yeah.
What does it look like? What's the rehearsal look like?
It's like me and Bram are shadow fighting and showing them how it happened, and also like the death of the night hag. Bram being the night hag proxy.
I love that idea. Okay.
I'm currently working with I'm gonna work with West on trying to come up with the details on the hallucinatory terrain.
Oh, good luck with that.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys? Anything specific?
I'm just gonna be helping out with fight scenes and everything else and whatnot.
And also telling the story of the bloodbath.
The what? Sorry, one more time.
Bloodbath.
Oh, the bloodbath. Yes.
Exaggerating it a little bit, other than just going inside the the pool of blood and just exaggerating that a little bit.
Okay. It says, do the players need anything specific to before the next morning? Or you guys think you're good? Are you ready for the show?
Thrilled.
Yeah.
Don't have to be so enthusiastic. All right.
Yeah, no. I worked well with West. West's like, no, that rock needs to be more shaped like a dick. I remembered that.
More dick rocks.
I mean, good luck in the sense of getting him to pay attention long enough to describe anything to you, because he will go off on many tangents.
And thus make a much more interesting looking terrain.
Good terrain to be made. Alrighty. I'm gonna move you guys over here. Isn't it shift? Move? Yeah, shift and click. Okay. So I will say that you guys perform and practice for hours last night. Got your rehearsal pretty tight. Slept, had a great breakfast in your own individual rooms. Took all the time that you needed. And roughly around midday is when you guys were gathered. You're kind of given the space, as technically Dasha is not here at the moment. You see that Galanadel and Kingshaw both take their specific seats at their left and right hand of this individual. Any places that you guys want to be, or any way that anything that you need materially before the show starts, I guess.
Cole's gonna be in the back, so.
I need. Oh, I have all the components for hallucinatory terrain around here: a stone, a twig, and a bit of a green plant.
All right, nice.
I'm just getting my ass kicked, so.
Always prepare for ass kickery. As Kingshaw will be from a distance throwing out mind links here and there, and using surface thoughts to assist in the performance.
Sure, actually, I will, since Kaer is volunteering to be like the punching bag for this kind of fight scene and such, I will be giving him a miniature version of Braum.
Good. Kaer does not want to see any harm come to Braum.
And I was like, and I'm telling him, like, here, in case you start getting hurt a little bit more, there's some kind of healing magic in there. Cure wounds, basically.
Well, thank you.
8 charges.
Holy shit!
It's nice artificing item right there.
Yeah. I feel like West would have been a little distracted through the rehearsal, mainly because it's like watching Kaer like do like the rehearsal for the fighting. And it's just like, kind of want to spar him. Kind of want to see what goes down.
I mean, technically speaking, you are going to be.
Yeah, but for realsies.
He's pretty built and knows what he's doing. He's catching on very, very well to everything that you're saying. I
feel like we would do that thing where we're like play fighting, then we start hitting each other for real.
I was thinking the same thing, bud.
Never mind.
Yes.
Never mind a light. It's 10 charges.
Oh shit! All right, even better. Yes, Cole.
Yeah, second level cure wounds.
While all that's going on, Cole's gonna be like, damn, maybe I can pull something out of this fucking bag that I have that might actually be useful to this.
Sure, if you want to, please and thank you.
Try it.
Please.
Roll me some percentiles, so that's what you're doing. Cole.
48.
48. Let's see.
And I'm gonna roll one more time.
Please don't be ahead.
18.
It's not
48 and 18.
Let's okay, 48 and 18.
The other half of the. Is it the other half? Of
If it's the other half of the goddamn ogre.
No, that'd be not. That's not the correct number for that one. All right, so mark these off. 48 and 18, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's do 18 first because that one's not as dramatic as 48. So 18 as a stylish orange clock appears in your hand. Very nice. It does not need to be wind or tuned. It just perfectly tells the time. Pretty cool. Pretty cool item.
Just hear a cuckoo clock going off as he pulls it out.
As that happens, and you pull off the second one, it's like thick rope or something. Kind of pull it out, and you hear, "Ah!" And as you do, you pull out a gnome.
Oh.
As he falls, it is not Tony Macaroni. We're not crossing the streams. So, a gnome falls out. Hey, what am I doing here? Who are you?
Why were you in the bag?
It's none of your business. He kind of clenches this book and holds it really tightly.
What you got there, little buddy?
Patronize him.
Looks around. Hey. Wait. Opens the book. Ha! He snaps his fingers and he turns invisible. Kaer, you can totally see him.
Kaer's gonna grab him. Hold him.
He turns invisible. Clenches his book.
So we have a volunteer for the play.
You feel his heartbeat racing like a rabbit's.
Kaer's just gonna start shaking him to try and get him to drop the book.
No, my
precious.
Cole's gonna just fuck it. He'll try to grab the book.
Really, with your negative.
Yeah, with my noodle arms.
Roll me an opposing strength check against this.
This is gonna be great.
Do you want me to grab that? Do you want me to? What'd you get? A 19.
Okay.
So you rolled a 19, but got an 18.
Nice.
All right. I rolled a 14, so I got a 15.
Oh shit! He's got a +1.
As you rip it out, as Kaer kind of assisting, like just drop the book, and you take the book from him. No. Oh no! Don't read it. It's mine. I mean, there's nothing in there.
Cole's gonna just look at the. Is there a title on the cover?
No, there's actually not a title on the cover at all.
Is it your diary?
Yes. Will that make you not read it?
Not
like Cole's gonna open up to the cover page.
I mean, I can't read very well, but he can.
It is the first. Actually, Cole, do you know Gnomish?
No.
Then you cannot read it.
Shit.
That's funny.
Sorry.
Great. This is useless.
When you look at it, it does look to be like some sort of arcanic equations, and you can kind of pinpoint some things out here and there, but it seems to be a wizard's book.
Wow, all this
just written in
time,
Gnomish.
Didn't bother to learn a spell for comprehending languages.
I don't have that spell, Wes.
I mean, I just assumed you would want that after all of the misstuff we've had.
I wish.
Okay.
I mean, you do see
Wes,
the bookish one.
When your eyes kind of glance at it.
Oh, I get to look at it.
Oh God.
You do see that the first spell that is written on there is message, but from the front cover, that's all you get to see.
Oh, okay.
West.
Message. Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
Oh, you can read it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's mine. I tried. I'm gonna keep
you
my
what?
mouth shut. My mouth
I mean,
is
it's his
sealed.
book.
What's it written in?
Gnomish.
Oh.
Kaer's just gonna start poking the little guy in the side. Like, talk.
What's your
talk.
name, buddy?
Harold.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you, Harold.
Very nice to meet you. Enemy.
Wait a minute.
Who said I was an enemy?
I don't know. You're poking me.
Is he wearing
poking me.
glasses?
No, I'm
not poking you.
We meet again.
It's not him, but apparently he's related. We meet
He looks
again,
like- I look like I knew you.
Ario.
Did you used to go to a wizard school in Corvassa?
Yeah. How do
Maybe we
you
met
know?
Because I kind of, sort of hung around there occasionally when the quest demanded it.
You see that he kind of tucks in his the back end of his or like make sure that his like undies aren't showing. I know people like you.
Well, cool, guys. We got somebody that can basically be like the hype man.
What?
I mean, I don't know anybody like you, so.
You help us with this performance, and maybe we will give you back your book.
What type of performance? Did I write a consent form?
I mean, I can write you up one if you like.
Okay.
Oh, we should probably break this to him. Anyway, you're stuck here now.
Well, to be honest, I was stuck in a bag for like forever. So.
Okay, well now you're stuck in a weird place that's being run by an angry red guy.
What are those? And points at the camels that are just kind of just there grazing.
Camels?
No.
Desert horses, if you really want to call them that.
That makes more sense. Can I have my book back?
I don't know. I think they're more like llamas. They tend to spit.
They do bite as well.
They're very complicated and
Cole's
noble
taking the book and
creatures.
putting it in his satchel.
Oh,
After
dude,
the
no.
performance.
You're
they're
putting his book
definitely
in
that, but-
your satchel?
Yeah.
You're gonna make me read that later, aren't you?
My book.
Yeah, after the performance.
But my book.
After
Fine.
the performance.
What do I have to do? You want me for this body, don't you?
He is like,
Sir,
the
I'm
hype-
engaged.
Well, wait. Do I have to have a pseudonym? What's my stage name?
whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Sounds great. Alright.
I mean, what's your persona you're going for? Are you trying to be like the theater bad boy? Are you trying to be like the tech guy?
I tend to run better as the lead assistant. Never quite good at getting the main part, but I'm good at helping the person who has the main part shine.
Mansplain, got it.
No, they're closed.
We're gonna do great.
Are you still boking
Quite
him?
enjoyed this person's company.
Yeah.
I'm putting him down.
Eh.
I'm patting him on the head and saying I'm sorry.
No, thank you. Cole, I need you to make me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh my god.
He's rushing for your bag.
Thought he was a gnome.
Acrobatics is that plus dirty 20.
Okay, that beats a 16. As he goes over, you just lift up your bag, slides on the wood. Alright, I tried. Just defeated, goes back, lifts his collar towards you, Kaer, and just...
Kaer's just gonna like pat him on the head and say, "Good try."
It was, wasn't it?
You can get the book back if you help us with this
Fine.
performance thing. We'll do it.
Fine.
We have to tell a story in order to get out of here. It has to be good.
Alright, whatever you want is here to shine.
I think he could be Chaddington.
Oh, I recognize that name too.
I need to now grab a mini for our lovely friend. Okay. All right,
You're the
I'll say
sexiest gnome you can find.
look, T the Wise and
Yeah, I was gonna say
Soonstoon.
T.
I'm so tempted to.
Dale's in a different campaign though.
Do I have a gnome mini that I can just grab? All right, I'll just have to grab one of the free ones.
Oh, wait,
Sure.
you said sexiest. That would be Jemmy's dad.
All right, child, you are set gnome.
Oh no, that child.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Triggered memories. All right, so, okay, as this whole thing's happening, you do see or smell almost like burning wood appear and a chuckle.
I didn't do it.
That's actually funny. As your uncle was watching for at least some time. Do you have a performance for me? I've been told. Yes?
Oh, we have a performance, all right.
It's certainly something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He kind of looks towards King Shah. I also heard that you had a deal for me. I am intrigued. Please, what is?
Who wants to explain it? Should. The deal. Well, no one's explaining. Well, the deal is I'm gonna stand on top of Brom so that I can be.
So
Yes, you're our most charismatic character.
So I can be as tall as Kaer.
Makes
I
sense.
can be as tall as Kaer. And mage handing my hair, so it's kind of like flowing a little bit.
All right.
Mage hand. I'll just like hold your cloak.
You're going like this. I was like, well, the deal
I'll
is...
have some dancing lights around you to create a spotlight.
You see that the smoke or that was his lights materialize into actual physical lights, and he sits cross-legged. And Kaer, you know that this usually happens when he's treated. He's relaxing now.
Okay, well, I guess I'll put myself in here.
Mm-hmm.
The deal is, we'll give you the best performance for Mrs. Galarodel's freedom.
Along with our own.
Along with, yeah, that too.
You say best performance. Looks towards King Shah. I believe they can deliver.
Really entertaining. If we entertain you, we're gonna entertain you. Not if, we will. I'm gonna look behind. Be confident, guys. Smile.
Do you see that the gnome has like jazz hands? Let's see how as Dasha kind of sits down in his full weight, you hear the iron chair that he's sitting on start bending a little bit. Please do. And materialize behind him, almost like where you would put a ornamental weapon. You see the very sword Ariel used in the fight just materialize and kind of like hang itself underneath. Behind him. My attention is all for you. Please, please do. Kind of just claps his hands.
Oh, wait, we're starting the show now.
Do we have a deal, Uncle?
Yes. And when he says yes, you actually do all feel like something hits you in the chest, and the temperature rises a little bit, then it goes back to normal after like 10 or 15 seconds.
Oh man, and I just got rid of that.
Literally yesterday, not that long ago.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look at Ekis. Start the music. Everybody
All
say,
right.
whoa, whoa,
Wow.
What type of music are you playing? Let's see if I can match it.
So I'm going to be playing a low, kind of eerie tone to set the mood of spookiness, because this is the fight with this was a fight, so just this calm before the fight leading in, and then it's gonna get more energetic as soon as the hallucinatory terrain finishes being projected around.
Okay. All right. Okay. What I'm going to do is that's happening. Since you're starting technically this whole situation, Ekis, we're going to be doing a skill challenge, and you tell me what you're doing, and we'll have an appropriate roll for that, and we'll see if you guys succeed. As you start playing a little bit of scary music to fit the mood of the situation, remember, so skill challenge, it's going to get more difficult as the skills continue. We need to have everyone roll a skill before we rotate, and more people can roll them. I'm just going to say, since there's 5 of you guys, we'll just do 5. So 5 before we have, let's say 3 fails. So Ekis, roll me a performance check, please.
All right.
As you're getting your instruments ready, playing the music to get the tone situated, you see that Dash kind of rolls his shoulders back and Tree, this is not a typical performance you've ever done, and kind of just relaxes a little bit. At the relaxing, you actually do see his skin tone get a little bit darker and a couple more horns grow on his head. What did you get?
34.
Let me double check. Yeah, that's a success. As the illusionary magic that starts appearing all around, as he looks and almost stands up, as you hear the shine in the coins that are around his belt, as he settles back down, and the scene is displayed beautifully. For a second there, Wes and Rog, you're like, I'm back where I was. Okay, gotta remember this is part of the act.
PTSD.
So, as the first skill challenge blown out of the water, who's rolling something?
I want to roll next because I've been planning this.
What's up, my dude? You got this. Let's do it. What's up? What do we get?
So let me set the scene. I'm on top of Braum, right? And then I'm grabbing my axe and I'm just kind of going like this a little bit. Like put the axe blade down, kind of like on Braum's head, kind of like that, like using it like a cane or something like that. And then I'm just gonna go look down, and I'm gonna. This is for the lulz, but at the same time, I thought it was cool. This is the first thing that popped out of my head. I'm just gonna look down, and I'm just saying, "Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've been waiting for."
God damn you, dude!
And you do still have the dancing lights that I conjured.
The lamps start moving around.
Okay. Searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. Whoa!
Who the fuck said you could listen to West playlists?
All right, I did not know that Hugh Jackman was 4 feet tall. So,
hey, I'm still on top of Braum, okay?
Oh, sorry.
I'm 9 feet tall right now.
I'm sorry, he grew. He's
oh shit, we've come full circle. What? We've come full circle. Because, and I think in our second session, I made the joke that West was not Hugh Jackman. We've come back to Hugh Jackman.
Huge jacked man.
We're done. We're done. All right, we're done. Close it down. We're done.
Campaign over. So, you are introducing, right? Anything else?
It's basically like that. Just like kind of like ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, that's the exact words I said. Persuasion. I don't know.
Say, I'll let you choose either persuasion, or insight, so you know when you're reading the cue of the audience and raising it up or down. So your choice.
I mean, I have a I have +7 on insight, +6 on persuasion, so let me go insight.
Okay,
I have
alright.
at least +1 more.
You're reading the crowd. You're seeing how excited the gin is getting, and you're just you're letting it all out at the right moments in time. We'll see how the performance is.
That is a +7, so that is 21.
21. That is 2 successes. Good job. As the story progresses and the display and battles continuing, as your gnomish friend is waiting for his cues excitingly now, he's really into what's happening. Who has the next? Yes, Cole.
I have a question.
What's up?
So, for my skill, I want to use Arcana, but in the way he's basically casting the Thaumaturgy spell.
Okay, yeah.
By way of... Hold on, how did I see it?
Thaumaturgy.
Stop it. Stop it, damn it.
Hammer time.
Basically, I guess, like, I guess if it's the point, like, where, like, the hags appear and stuff like that, he's gonna start making, like, sounds where it sounds like ominous whispers and... like a harmless tremor and harmless tremors and stuff like that.
I like that. Okay. Roll me Arcana check.
Setting the mood, basically.
Let's set it and continue and blow it out of the water.
Set the mood. Come on.
If you really wanted to, you could use Thaumaturgy to make the Halloween ghost noise.
27. Damn it! Damn you, Vic! I'm sorry, it's a specific niche thing that I will post later.
Okay, no problem.
That was a 27.
As the fight is continuing and you're using Thaumaturgy to do the cackling of the hags and setting the ambience and making it just incredibly dark and creepy, you all see, even though your performance is not stopped, you get a sense of we're doing a great job as the host kind of stands forward and you see his hands gripping onto the iron chair that he's in, and you see that it's heating up a little bit and his nails extend. You're not really seen this side of your uncle ever, and you guys are all getting the sense of maybe this isn't his final form.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So 3 successes. That's awesome. Let's see if the streak continues. Who has the next one? Yes, Nick, what's up?
I guess I'll do the next one for using, if I could, use athletics to continue the show and do flourishes and whatnot to make it more grandiose than how it actually was, make it more of a show for the fights rather than anything, and just make a big show of it.
Yeah, let's do it. Roll me your athletics. What you
That would
get?
be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That's just a pass. So, as you feel that you're doing everything correctly, and maybe you're going too into it, and as one of the flourishes punches Wes, and you see that he bleeds a little bit, and you're like, did I go too far? As he knocks you down, and you're like, all right, maybe I did, let's get up. But you see that it's, as he swings again, it's almost like he's helping you, and you're just going into it with him, matching. It's almost too much, but for this specific scene, it's right where it needs to be. Alrighty. If we get this last one, that's totally 5 successes and 0 failures. So that sounds amazing. Who has the least one? Least.
Oh shit! I guess I have to do something.
What do we do?
God. Okay.
Can I help him out on the thing?
Sure. What's up?
Is that an okay thing? You know,
What
the
do
flash
we,
of genius. I'm helping him. It's your cue. Can I?
Oh god. So what skills have been done so far?
We've had
Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Athletics.
Insight.
Insight.
And performance.
Or persuasion as well.
Persuasion.
I mean, insight.
Thank you.
Insight, yeah.
What do we got, my dude?
I guess I'll do. I mean, if you said persuasion wasn't done, right?
Persuasion was not done, correct.
Okay, I guess I'll do persuasion to make it look like I know what I'm doing.
Okay, and you have the flash of genius says Rognarv reminded you, and you're like, oh yeah, I need to do this one thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
you're
also
adding.
because my int, 5. My int is 20 plus 5
So you add +5 to your roll on top
That's
of
fine, thank God.
on top of your everything else on yours.
What do we get total?
That is a dirty 20 with the +5.
Okay. So unfortunately, that
Oh,
is
yep.
a first failure.
Yeah, because the dirty 20 was just a pass a while ago.
Yep.
Just the anxiety of like, oh, that's my cue, And you just swing a little too hard, and it just knocks Kaer down, and you're like, oh
fuck, dude.
And you're like, oh shit. And that breaking out of character, even though you immediately got back into it, unfortunately, that's our first fail. Which is totally fine.
It's fine. This is still the greatest show.
So a great performance.
Just hands.
You see the little nub just, he's so big. All right, guys. So we did one rotation. If we get one more success, that's a complete success of this skill challenge. Or 2 failures, and it's a failed skill challenge. So, think hard. What are we doing? What do we got?
Hey guys, at what point would you say that we're in this, in the play? Are we
I kind of
approaching,
would like you guys to lead, but if you need me to, I would say you, because you're doing the entire scene at right around the blood, or realizing Jamal is in the situation that he's in, what you could do. Those are 2 kind of pinnacle scenes that I'm thinking of at the moment.
I'd say blood pit.
Blood pit.
Blood pit.
I had a thought, but I don't know.
What's up, Cole?
Hey Dad, can you do me a solid? I'm gonna pray religion.
You're gonna ask your dad to help you for community theater?
Okay.
I was.
Oh God,
I was
he's
gonna
not up
suggest
there.
casting
I don't even know where he's at. That's creepy.
Shit, he's gone.
He's gone.
All right.
I was gonna cast prestidigitation.
Just like Dad to not show
All right,
up.
you're
for your
casting that for the assist. Cole.
I guess I'm gonna roll religion.
Roll me religion.
Oh God.
I feel like this is very in character for him to not even show up to your high school theater performance. Like he's not even there.
Yeah, it's not even up there. That's sad. Oh shit!
Or it's worse, he's the parent that gets up in the middle to take a phone call because he's always on business.
That's a 30.
A 30. Yeah, 30.
Damn.
30 definitely beats
I got
25.
18 plus 12.
Yeah. So, how's the prayer looking like? What's
Shows up in the 3rd act. You see him at the end of the auditorium, just like.
It's just kind of like, it's basically him just being like, yeah, it's kind of like when it's basically like reenacting the divine intervention. Hey Pops, I don't know if you want to like do something, like I don't know, make a shadow or something if you want.
as you're.
I'm sorry if I'm asking a lot.
As you're
holding a cue card.
As you're asking these things, and I guess the magic that you're producing, and so it's same thing for Rog, takes a little bit too dramatic and harsh, and it's for a second, it almost feels like you're there, and everything feels cold and everything feels gloomy before the gnome falls and it kind of brings it back, and at that scene. And everything continues, destroying the heart. The entire performance goes without a flaw. You just hear a clap. Bravo. Excelente. He sits down. How do the mortals say? A deal is a deal. And he looks over towards Mrs. Glanadale, extends his arm, grabs it, gives it a slight kiss, and you see these golden chains fall to the ground and leave kind of a crack before an illusion kind of goes through it and like fixes the plane. That was a performance. Gracias. And you see the smoke around his legs start to appear again, and he just, with a very happy smile, goes away. And it feels like the room dropped maybe 5 or 10 degrees, and it's slightly cold.
Ooh.
Yes. Okay.
Did the feeling we got of the contract disappear?
Oh yes, you guys do feel like that was the cold sensation. Like, oh, what is all right? I did not notice that.
Awesome.
As tears start rolling down Mrs. Gladale's eyes. Technically, you are not here. As she goes over, and the first person, well, in a specific situation, we'll see that the performance ended here, goes and hugs you, Rogue. As you do see King Shah. Whenever you're ready, I'll escort you out.
Let's go now.
Let's get. Yeah, let's
think we
leave
should kick
now
out before he changes his mind or something.
Everyone through the cape.
As to end the game real quick, I will leave you with one note. As you guys are getting them, since Kaer, you do have some things you need to go pick up, like your backpack, etc. Everyone's gathering their stuff that they left overnight in their rooms. As you're being walked out, King Shah explains one of Dahas's real name, which is he is known as the Second Prince of the Inferno. With I'll say that Cole, Ekis, and Kaer, now that you know that, like, oh, okay, you will get the this information, but King Shah explains it to the rest. Technically, he is the third oldest elemental. You know how demons get stronger as they age. He was the third fire of this world. Eclipsed only by his father, and his father eclipsed only by the entire plane of fire. As he looks towards you guys, a fight with this wall would have been magnificent. But alas, peace was met today. And by the time he finishes his story, you guys are outside. And you're not at the desert, but you are in Krovasa. I believe this is where your son's statue is. Good day. Yes, okay.
Do we have the camels?
I'll bring the camels in the morning. I can only do this a couple of times. Yes, I guess.
Thank you, Tony.
Yes,
hey. But before you go, Shaw, I would have to say, while your actions may have been fantastically helpful for everyone, and I must say, you probably should try to make sure that your self-esteem is not tied to other people's opinions of yourselves. You're number one in your own book.
If I could shed a tear, I would.
I am.
He looks at you. I'll make sure no one eats your corpse when you die.
That's mighty kind of you, and I thank you for that kindness.
And I'll say that was a very delightful and a nice way to end our second episode here. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, a little bit late, but I appreciate it. We love you guys. Please be safe, take care of one another, and if you find it in your hearts and wallets, please donate to the donation for Texas Children's Hospital here in Houston. The link's down below. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.